So today we'll be discussing Fragonard's The Swing, which can be found in the Wallace collection in London.
Yes, Jean-Honoré Fragonard painted the swing in 1767 France.
This piece is just a dazzling reflection of just what was happening during 18th century France.
Oh, absolutely. France under King Louis XVI was entirely characterized by the French aristocracy doing whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, which is expressed brilliantly in this painting.
This piece falls under the style of Rococo, which is defined as the art of the upper class, as it was meant merely to be visually pleasing to the eye, purely decorative pieces.
Yes, there was no deep philosophical meaning to the Rococo. It was meant to be looked upon and give the viewer a quick instance of visual pleasure, and then they would carry on with their day.
I mean, just look at Fragonard's depiction of the upper class. He gives us this very natural setting, and yet we see these individuals wearing very classy attire.
So the young woman presents us with this feeling of excessive eloquence as she is presented in a bright pink dress, really just enjoying herself outside with her fellow bourgeois.
I mean, this is just a prime example of fête gallant.
Oh yes, of course. Fête gallant, of course, being the illustration of French aristocracy outside in that play. Really the antithesis of what the rest of France was doing at the time.
Just look at the man in the bottom right of the painting. He is responsible for the young woman being able to swing, showing that the upper class couldn't even waste energy to swing themselves.
And just look at the man in the bottom left, hidden in the bushes and looking up the young woman's dress. We can tell that he isn't meant to be there, and that this is their little secret. This is really supplemented by the presence of the angel statue on the left side of the painting, which seems to be shushing them. The young woman is kicking her shoes off towards the man's hiding spot, and she's doing this so that when the swing comes back, she'll have an excuse to go over and join him in this hiding spot.
Oh yes, this is very characteristic of the French Rococo. Nobles were often depicted in the act of adultery, in the carefree pursuit of pleasure, and free from any consequences that may arise as a result of their actions.
Yeah, Fragonard is almost giving us a very precise social commentary of 18th century France, as we see the garden has become somewhat wild and overgrown, showing nature at its most sensual and fertile, while just really complementing the piece's integrity.
Yeah, it can definitely be seen how this painting reflects just why the revolution occurred. The masses would no longer tolerate this kind of behavior out of the upper class, while they were left to starve and fight to survive.